Good morning, this is Uttam Dave. I am a numerologist, a spiritual coach, and a fortune teller, and I welcome you to the third video of how to select a numerologist. Well, there are three considerations you need to keep in mind when you select a numerologist. In this video, the first consideration is that the numerologist whom you select should have a similar religious and philosophical point of view about life. Now, when we come to philosophical views, right? Almost every religion has different philosophical views about life, and every religion looks at life in a different way. So, it'll be very important for you to consider that when you are selecting a numerologist, make sure that you select a numerologist who follows the religion which you do. So, for example, if you practice Hinduism, it's better to go and see a numerologist who's a Hindu. If you are practicing Islam, go and see a numerologist who practices Islam, and so on. The reason is that every religion has different things to say and prescribes different ways of living. Right? So when you go to a numerologist whose religion does not match with yours, there will obviously be conflict of interests and conflict of guidance. He may want you to do things in a certain way, and you may want to do it in a certain way because you have not experienced that in your own religion. So it's very important. And even when we come to philosophy of life, because religion also dictates your philosophy of life. So for example, let's say when you if you are a Hindu and you go to see a Christian numerologist, he or she may tell you something about doing something which may not gel with you because that is not a part of your religion. So please keep that in mind, that try to go and see a numerologist whose religion matches that of yours. The second thing which you need to keep in mind is that you need to have a good rapport with the numerologist you are working with. You cannot expect to get a good reading, or you cannot expect to work with a numerologist for a long period of time if there is no rapport between the two of you. And when I say a rapport between two of you, by that I mean understanding should develop between the two of you. You should feel comfortable in asking questions to him, and he should be comfortable and at ease at answering your questions. So that is very, very important, that you need to have I would not say a rapport, but actually an excellent rapport with the numerologist. That is very, very important. And the third factor you need to keep in mind is empathy. Now, empathy is not something which can be learned. Either you have it or you do not have it. It is very, very important that when you go and see a numerologist, he has empathy towards you. Now, what is the meaning of empathy? Empathy is, to put it in simple words, feeling what you are feeling. And that is, you are putting yourself into the shoes of someone and then trying to see things in that way. So, for example, let's say you go and see a numerologist and you share a problem that, my marriage is getting terribly delayed and I'm getting very worried. And then if you have an empathetic numerologist, he would definitely feel that yes, this delay of marriage is causing problems to my client. He would not be someone who says that's okay, you don't have to feel so bad. It's okay even if you get married 2, 5, 10 years later, it doesn't really matter. Now that is not being empathetic, right? So when you look at a numerologist, make sure that he is empathetic so that he shares your feelings. He may not be experiencing the same kind of feelings which you do experience, but basically he does understand your problem, and he will try to see that he can ease you out of the problem as soon as possible. So please keep these three things in mind when you select a numerologist. Thank you very much.